All right, guys, all ready?
Is it recording?
Yeah, we're recording. All right, 3, 2, 1, rolling. All right, guys, welcome back to the El Primo podcast. We're here with XCcocaine Wayne and handsomeHal Lomax. A lot didn't happen since last time, so we just gonna hop right into it. Give you what you're looking for. So, I know y'all spent a lot of time in Atlanta. Atlanta's known for its nightlife, different clubs, all of that. Did y'all hang out in any of the clubs, particularly the strip clubs, because they're kind of known for their strip club scene?
Well, I'm gonna say this: a certain faction of my other half didn't feel like he wasn't living if he wasn't in the strip club, which would be.
They say ain't gonna point no elbows.
I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, we did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of strip clubbing we did. If I had to pick between the two,
I have to say this though. Let me say this in the beginning. I was only there for his protection. Me being the gentleman I am to my brother, yeah. For him, yeah.
everybody ranted and raved about Magic City. I didn't really like Magic City. I went over a few times, and a number of the girls that were over there actually had a nice amount of girls that came down from Baltimore because I frequent Norma Jeans, like I said before, in some of our videos that we've done. But the Onyx was my thing. I like the Onyx because I like bougie women. And as they would say about the Onyx at that time, a lot of guys didn't like going because they said the girls there would ask you for a resume and they'll pull out their business plan, and all of them needed 10,000 to start. So that was my type of environment.
So it wasn't for everybody. It wasn't for the light wallet.
It was not for them, and you had a lot of actual entertainers that would come through. Like you would have like Neo. What are some of the other people? Basketball players. Jalen Rose will be down
Let's
there.
not forget cheap ass Usher. Cheap. Cheap. Listen, that shit crazy.
He's saying he is the currency, bro.
Yeah.
Give a lap dance to Usher.
Oh,
You're welcome.
right. Okay, yeah.
And we had another situation, actually one in particular. Whenever we were in, we would always sit on the left side on the by the DJ booth.
Yep.
And I would always, rent out that whole side. And we'd get up there, and I had a bodyguard standing there, not letting nobody up, and all that other good stuff. So we end up having a lot of fun. And I mean, we go hard in there. We go hard to get all your stacks of ones, pile them up on the table. But before we would get there, I will call in, or have him here call in, talk to our waitress. She'll set us up like 10 bottles up and have them chilling and have maybe fruit sitting up there. So the stuff is sitting before we come in. So it's already, and so when we walk in, it's the display already there. So I'm used to going in there. We letting our hair down, man. We having our way. But one particular time, some real big dudes came in there, and they got on the opposite side from us. I'm like, who's these big jokers, man? These jokers like some old, I guess I'm showing my age, some old full force on steroids type dudes, right? But I'm noticing on their hat, everything saying, I think, what, TMT?
Something like that. TNT.
Yeah.
Like that.
So I'm like, who the hell is this? Now, understand, this didn't happen to me a number of times before. And then we leave the club, and then I see a box truck out there with TMT on it and all that. So I'm not knowing who this is, but I'm knowing when they come in, they're giving us some problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got my one particular little young lady with me that I'm not seeing, but when I come in, I make sure she have a good night. And she like, yeah, can't stand that nigga over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who are you talking about?
She said he was cheap, didn't she?
No, she didn't say it was cheap. Allegedly. Well, let me finish telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, next thing I know, money started flying in the air over there. I'm like old boy on belly, like, yeah, I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit.
Yeah, drop down. Oh, yeah.
It's money flying up, and the women just running over there. All the girls, strippers, just running over there. And I'm seeing the big guys, they standing along the little barrier there. It's women trying to crawl in between the little bars there to try to get up in there. The guys kicking them, and I'm like, why are you kicking these women like this? You know? And I can't see nothing, but it's packed over there. And then the young lady say, yeah, I ain't going over there. I ain't going nowhere near that. And I told them dumb, whatever, they don't need to be over there. Because last time he was up in here, he was throwing fake money. I'm like, who? Floyd Mayweather, allegedly. So I'm like, Floyd Mayweather over there? She said, yeah, you can't see him? Hell no, I can't see nobody but them big dudes. I was up in the Onyx with Floyd maybe 3 or 4 times. Never seen him once because he that little. But when he came in there, that was the only one that could give a joker some problems.
I mean, he showed out, but
Yeah,
hold on. For the women to say what they said, goddamn, it got to be some kind of meaning behind it, right?
Well, I mean, listen, they wouldn't know. I mean, she said, and she was one of the. Listen, this girl was the coldest joker in there. She was the coldest one in there. I'm chopping it up with her. Actually, me and her started dealing with each other for a minute, and she.
I mean, let's be real though. How many men you haven't dealt with? We talking about we stopped.
Well, so hold on. Hold on. No, hold on now. No, wait a minute. No, wait. Wait, what is you trying to say?
I'm just saying. Let's be real. Don't.
I mean, we being real.
People what the truth is.
I was very selective. I wasn't no slut. Now you trying to say like I was slut dealing with somebody, and that was not the case. I was very selective. You got to realize I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. So when we went into these places, my whole thing was listen.
It was business. That's what it was when you went.
Listen, I'm gonna talk to y'all. He over here.
Establishment, it was business.
It was business.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
why every establishment do you go conduct business in the titty bar? Why is business in there?
Okay, I'm gonna talk to y'all. Because you don't know what the hell he talking about. Right. When I'm about to tell y'all gonna be like, oh, that's what y'all gonna say when I say this. Right?
They're gonna say what I just said.
Listen, when you were doing what we were doing. We were going to different cities and bring work into these cities.
First of all, I was not doing what you were doing. I was in there protecting you. Know that.
Can I tell the people?
What tell them? But get it right.
I mean, you're not letting me even start. Can I tell the people? Right. Okay. As I was saying, when you go into these cities, if you want to catch the climate of what's going on in the city, who the movers and the shakers are, where do you go?
I get you that.
You go to the strip club.
You right. For what we were doing, the business we were handling, you right. Yes.
You go into the strip club and you get the most beautiful girl in there, give her whatever, tip her good, and you get the one that she don't never have a good night because she's not that good looking. And most likely she's an alcoholic. But you make sure she has a good night, a very good night. You make sure the one that looks very good has a good night. The reason why, because the one that looks very good, she's top echelon. She knows how to read guys real good, and she know who the movers and shakers are in that town. The girl that don't never have a good night, and most likely alcoholic, she can't stand the girl that getting all the money. So she gonna tell you every bad thing about her.
She know all the dirt.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you gonna get it from two different spectrums.
Okay.
So that's where you go. Not only do you go there, you go to the top spots that the hustlers go eat at. You go there. You find out who the waitress is that everybody prefers. And you make sure she gets tipped very good. And she gives you information. So going to strip clubs back in the day with hustling, that was basically like your office. When we got down to Atlanta, we found out that also, guess what? All your music execs went to the strip clubs, and a lot of your deals that were done in the music industry was done at that time in the strip clubs.
Okay.
So I was conducting business. Now, in this particular situation, though, I was kind of interested in the young lady. The young lady was beautiful. She was beautiful. So beautiful to the point that, and this is what you were speaking to.
Mm.
This particular time, we used to always go to the 300 bowling alley on VIP night, and that was what, Sundays?
Yep.
I think it was Sundays.
Sundays, yep.
Okay, so all celebrities would come out. It's a VIP bowling lanes at the 300 at the time. Okay, so what started happening, me, my guy Keith, my guy here, Pretty Boy Fresh, a number of other guys, we would go up and we would bowl. But we would bring young ladies back and all that, and that's why I met Lil Wayne baby mama at.
We was in the back though. We wasn't in the front.
Yeah, because the VIP lanes are in the back, Sam. And it says VIP over the door, and anybody just can't get back there. Okay, so we were turning up. We were spending a lot of money in there on Sundays back in them lanes. We might drop like 10 or a little more. We were just clowning. Bottles was flowing, shrimp, fruit, everything. Everybody was back there. It didn't matter. They was eating. And we wasn't getting drinks. We was getting the whole bottles of Patron and this, that. So, before you know it, everybody started coming. So, Usher, at the time, he was still dating Tamika. They were not married yet. So, he was feud with Keith at the time, but I guess I'll tell that another story. But he decides that we're having too much fun without him. He decides that he wants to crash the party. So Keith comes and tell me, yo, man, the big U want to come by, whatever. I'm like, cool, whatever. So, but he has to come in the back entrance. He can't come in the front with everybody else. So they open up the back, let him in or whatever. So he comes in and he can't stand me. But I mean, there's a whole nother story with that. But he brings Tamika with him. Now, Tamika was cool. To me, Tamika was more like a street female.
She's a street bitch.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And she vibed with him. She vibed with my other, my cousin, Tez. And she was pretty cool with me too, And I guess she talked to Keith and was like, listen, I want to have a baby shower for my sister. I want to come up in, woo, woo, woo. The general manager knew who I was the whole nine. So Keith went ahead and did his 1-2 and made it so she could come up in there the following Sunday for the baby shower. Then Keith tells me about it later. Now, I fuck with Tamika, so don't get it fucked up. She was cool and all that. But I'm like, I know Usher not spending no money. And he got a situation that he'll probably tell you about when him and Tamika was, I guess, talking or whatever.
That nigga was cheap. Bottom line. Goddamn it, me and Tamika was laughing about how cheap that nigga was. He came and ate the food with us.
Oh no, he did.
Fuck that. He went all, not just eat. He enjoyed himself.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, so
and this Usher.
Keith called him out on it. Like,
oh man,
Keith he tried to walk out one particular time, and he had the kids with him and all that. And Keith like, yo, what is you doing, man? What is you doing? He's like, what, Keith? He's like, you ain't gonna say thank you to the big homie, all that goddamn shit you done ate up?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Wayne. Thanks.
Yeah. But he hated street niggas, so to speak. But you wanted to party with street niggas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you wanted to party, and he was at the titty bar with us.
I'm trying to go to that story if you let me.
My bad. Hold on, let me say this one other thing though. The fact that nigga was that cheap and carried himself, and his wife had to say something about it. Yeah, but you said they were dating. I think they was married.
They were not married at that point because she was going to sell me her house in Alpharetta. Keith took me over there. She showed me her house because that's when she was getting ready. Well, Usher was trying to get her to move in with him because she was still his stylist at that point. She was going to sell me her house, and then Usher found out about it and told her, don't sell it to me. And she was like, he wanted back. She's like, don't sell it to him. I'll pay the mortgage on it. That was allegedly, that part was what was told to me that he said. But anyway, So I seen what was coming because I knew he wasn't going to pay for nothing. So I told Keith, okay, it's cool. I'm not coming here next Sunday. I'm going over to the Onyx. So Sunday came, and because what was happening, like I said, every Sunday you had basically the music industry was up there in the VIP drinking, and because we were putting the bill on it all.
It became known as the kickback. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, well, we meeting up at 300. You know?
Exactly. So I wasn't tripping because we was going hard, and it was what it was.
Y'all was doing it anyway.
Exactly. But I knew what that was.
Yeah.
So I ducked out, and I went over there. I told Keith, if you want to, you go there. I'm going to the Onyx. So guess what Keith ended up at? The Onyx with me. So we enjoying ourselves. I got Desi up there with me with her big old, derriere, whatever the case may be. But I let her sit next to me. I tip her and let girls dance for us. We enjoying ourselves. Excuse me. I think it's like 3 couches up there. 3 or 4 couches. One couch was mine with Desi and all that. So it's the thing sitting all along with the bottles all so everybody can drink. Next thing I know, the bodyguard signal me. I look over to the right and I see a whole entourage. Excuse me. I see a whole entourage of people coming in, almost like a dark cloud coming through.
Like they gathered the party up. Like, oh no, they paying over here.
And man, that's why the bodyguard signaled me. Like, do I let him in? And I look over at Keith. Keith dropped his head. I say, man, what the hell is this? What is this? He said, damn, big homie, I mean, do you... No, I take that back. He came to me and asked me, could Tamika and the U come through? I'm like, cool, man, it's whatever, And then that's when I looked over when our bodyguard said something, and there was a bunch of people coming in, and that's when I looked at Keith, and Keith dropped his head. I'm thinking it's just Tamika and Usher, maybe they kids or whatever, but I mean, not the small kids or whatever. And it's a whole entourage. So I went ahead and signaled to the bodyguard to let him in. The bodyguard let him in. I mean, listen here. It had to be a good 30 to 40 people that piled up in that VIP if it wasn't more. And I mean, they automatically start grabbing the drinks and start. So I'm looking at Keith. He looking down. He eventually come to me, man, I apologize. All right, Keith, whatever. But I knew what was happening because I told him that was going to happen. That was the reason why they wanted to have it at the 300 with us on our dime because he wasn't going to pay for nothing. Ain't mad at Tamika. I mean, she's street girl, or I'm assuming allegedly, whatever, but I get it. So anyway, I had Desi get up and start dancing for me a little bit to lift my spirits some. Next thing I know, Keith comes over and say, hey, big homie. I'm like, what's up, bro? And he whispered in my ear, I'm sorry about this, man. I'm sorry about this, man. I'm so sorry. What you sorry about, Keith? What's going on? The you want to know, can your girl dance for him? I'm like, at this time, Desi sitting next to me. It's another girl. I'm like, I don't care. Take it out there. Keith was like, but homie, not that one. That one. I'm like, nigga, this my... Right. He said, I'm sorry, big homie. Please, big homie, please. So I say, listen, man, go on down and dance for the nigga. Because at the time, his album hadn't came out, A Gangsta and a Gentleman. And I was trying to get his first 5 or 6 tour dates. So I told her, go ahead, dance for him. She's like, no, I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there. I'm like, why, what's going on? She said, that nigga cheap. He said he cheap. He won't pay you for dancing. I said, listen, baby. I said, I'm trying to cut a deal here. Go on down there, dance for him. And whatever he owe you, I'm going to make sure you get. Oh, my God, I don't want to deal. I say, please, baby, please. She go down and she dance. And I guess she come back. She say, see, I did that for you. I should have never did that. I'm like, why is that? Because she cussing him out the whole time. Tamika cussing Usher out. Like, yeah, I bet you want to smash this nasty bee and all that. And She was like, she had enough of it. And she was only supposed to be down there a couple of dances. He was trying to keep her down there to keep her away from me.
Right here.
That's crazy.
So that's just one story, man. We got plenty more we're going to tell you guys, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Continue to subscribe, man. We got a whole bunch more stuff we're going to be uploading that I'm sure you guys are like. Deuces. Because you know you.
Hey, Wayne, stop shooting at me.
I ain't shooting at you.
Yes, you is. Stop shooting. Let me turn it off, though.
Oh, boy, you know, I turned the phone off.
No, it's off. It's off.
I'm tripping. I keep forgetting the screen is up here. I'm like, why the fuck is everything?
Grainy.